So, The Flash returned for a new episode this week, and it was entitled Back to Normal. After giving up his speed last issue to Zoom in order to save Wally, Barry has fallen back into his regular, normal, everyday grind. Which, geez, I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was all pretty shocking to join the show and have Barry just going about his regular life like nothing's wrong. Lost my speed's a lot harder to get work done. If I was him, I'd be freaking the hell out. Oh my god, my speed is gone. Oh my god, this Zoom guy could come back to kill me at any moment. And to top it all off, Caitlin has been kidnapped. I'm sure some would argue having the episode move at a slower pace was a deliberate move to help better illustrate what life is like without his superpowers, but I don't know, a slow episode is a slow episode. Speaking of Dr. Snow and she's currently the prisoner of Hunter Zolomon Zoom, who is keeping her alive because of the relationship they had, which I raise an eyebrow at because if you'll remember, the relationship she had was with the dead Time Echo, not this guy. If being a megalomaniacal murderer wasn't enough, they're adding creepy, obsessed stalker to Zoom's ever-growing list of villainy. Over in the side plots, Wally, after having his life saved repeatedly now by the Flash, decides that maybe it's time that he meets him, and in a nice bit of writing, they show that Wally isn't an idiot and he's able to put two and two together that his dad knows the Flash. This was all well and good, but 2 seasons in, I couldn't help but feel like, oh boy, we're doing this dance again. Barry's gonna reveal himself to Wally in costume, and then we're gonna have to have a whole big conversation about whether or not it's right to reveal his true identity to him, even though literally everyone else around Wally already knows who Barry is, so what's the harm in telling him? Keeping up with the B plots, Harry Wells too is still attempting to track down his daughter Jessie, which he manages to do. I like Jessie, and I especially like that she's still holding her dad's feet to the fire over having to kill a guy in order to save her. Especially when you stop and consider all the other heroes and good guys have more or less forgiven and or forgot what he did murdering a defenseless man on their watch. This episode also just so happened to drop a number of references to Jesse Quick, and I really have to start to wonder who's going to make an appearance first, Kid Flash, Wally, or Jesse Quick. You know what, while we're on that subject, in the comics, Wally got his speed by recreating the accident that gave Barry his power, and Jesse Quick got her powers from a formula. Wells would also become the target of the villain of the week this week, and that guy's name was Griffin Grey. Now, in the comics, believe it or not, this guy was a friend of Bart Allen, yet another famous speedster and would-be Flash. Here, though, he doesn't have near as much going on for him. He doesn't have the iconic costume. He does have most of the powers, mainly super strength, but with the caveat that he's aging on top of it. I'm gonna go out on a limb too and say that Griffin's kinda dumb because he went through all the trouble to kidnap Wells and yet doesn't seem to remember that his Earth's Wells was in a wheelchair and this guy wasn't. Then again, I guess he's 18, so we can chop that up to just being a dumb kid. Damn you dumb kids. Back with Caitlin Snow in Zoom's villainous lair, she comes face to face with her evil counterpart, Killer Frost, and I gotta say I liked this stuff a lot too. The actress does a good job twinning. Of course, it becomes annoying that Caitlin is willing to go out of her way to save Killer Frost, the one that she knows is evil but doesn't even attempt to bother to save the man in the mask, even though she agrees with Killer Frost that he's probably important. There was a lot of interesting ways they could have gone with the whole Killer Frost returning to the show. Unfortunately, they picked probably the worst outcome in my mind, one that I think shoots the show in the foot for future stories. Then again, maybe I just liked her a lot more than everyone else did. Without his super speed to rely on, Barry needs to get creative, and Cisco needs to reinforce his super suit so he can take a punch from Gray. The finale of this episode pretty much breaks down to that classic, can I still be a superhero without my superpower sort of story, and the answer is obviously yes. Powerless Barry also meant the rest of the team had to help him out and were able to be useful in the field. Of course, I think Joe and Cisco missed several opportunities to shoot Griffin. I mean, come on, he's super strong, not bulletproof. Then again, I guess that would be a lot of really uncomfortable paperwork to have to sign later that night. Hey, why did you shoot this old man with the mind of an 18-year-old? Back to Normal at the end of the day was a filler episode. There's no two ways about it. Then again, after 2 stories that moved the plot forward that I wasn't exactly a fan of, I kinda liked it, filler and all. The lack of urgency going on in the story was kind of a pain in the ass, but there was good character work going on. Mostly Wells and Wally end up looking the best at the end of this episode, and hey, you know what, they had to have been developed at some time, so why not here? As crazy as it might sound, I'm gonna give this episode a 7 out of 10, and that's nuts because I imagine most of you probably already forgot this episode, and it's certainly not not going to be making it on any best of lists anytime soon. And hey, you know what? I gotta be honest, and what can I say? At the end of the day, even in the face of my own criticisms, I ended up enjoying this episode a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer? Or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.